Good morning, everyone. It is Julie here with your Wednesday morning stock market news, where we're getting you up to speed with what you need to know as the market opens. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. As per usual this morning, we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. We'll be seeing how the analysts weigh in on the TipRanks site, and if you're wanting to unlock some fantastic research tools, you can get 10% off using some codes down below, so make sure you check those out. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are slightly in the red this morning ahead of CPI data that is due out later today. Right now, Dow futures are down 0.24%, S&P 500 futures down 0.16%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.07%. Marathon Digital has formed a joint venture to build immersion Bitcoin mining sites. They'll be partnering up with Abu Dhabi-based blockchain infrastructure developer Zero2. They'll be setting up Middle East's first large-scale immersion Bitcoin mining operations. In immersion mining, mining rigs are submerged in a thermally conductive fluid that absorbs the heat generated by the units. The joint venture will be 20% owned by Marathon and will initially develop 2 cryptocurrency mining sites. Analysts currently rate the Marathon stock a strong buy with an average upside of 35%. Shares of CTI Biopharma have shot up this morning, currently up 84% on news that the biotech company has agreed to be acquired. They'll be purchased by Swedish orphan Biovitrum, also called Sobi, who will purchase CTI for $9.10 per share in cash. That implies a value deal of about $1.7 billion. CTI is focused on blood-related cancers and rare diseases. Analysts rated the CTI stock a strong buy with a price target just above $9 per share. RocketLabs has signed a deal to launch NASA's Starlink mission. It is a multi-CubeSat mission to test and demonstrate autonomous swarm technologies. 4 Starlink small satellites have been scheduled for liftoff from RocketLab Launch Complex 1 in New Zealand in the third quarter this year. RocketLab will deliver the satellites to space within 3 months of their contract signing. The RocketLab stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of over 110%. And US-based chemical maker Livent has agreed to merge with Australian lithium company Alchem. The merge will create a global lithium chemicals producer valued at $10.6 billion. The deal is expected to close by the end of the calendar year 2023. They'll be combining their highly complementary range of assets, growth projects, and operating skills across extraction and processing under a vertically integrated business model with the scale and expertise to meet the rapidly growing demand for lithium chemical products. The Livent stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 15%. Now, moving right along to notable earnings reports. In the after hours today, we'll be hearing from some big names like Walt Disney, Trade Desk, Robinhood, and Beyond Meat. In the after hours last night, we heard from Airbnb. Their stock has dropped 14% following an earnings and revenue beat because their Q2 outlook disappointed. Airbnb expects their year-over-year growth in nights and experiences booked in the second quarter to be lower than its revenue growth during the same period. For Q1, they reported earnings per share of 18 cents, beating expectations by 8 cents per share, and revenue of $1.82 billion, beating estimates by $30 million. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy, but we have a lot of holds coming in today. On the other hand, we have Upstart. Their stock is surging up over 36% after they provided some upbeat outlooks and said that the company secured some long-term funding. Upstart's CEO said that the company made progress during the quarter despite facing several headwinds. They're expecting their Q2 adjusted EBITDA to break even. For their first quarter, they reported a loss per share of 47 cents, which was much narrower than the expected 83 cents per share. Revenue did drop to $103 million, but still came in ahead of analyst expectations. It seems that analysts think you should take this morning surge and run, as majority of the ratings coming in today are a sell. And one of Warren Buffett's favorite companies, Occidental Petroleum, came out with both an earnings and revenue miss. They were hurt by lower volumes and prices for crude oil, natural gas liquids, and domestic natural gas. For their Q1, they reported earnings per share of $1.09, missing expectations by 18 cents per share, and revenue fell nearly 15% to $7.26 billion, missing expectations by $110 million. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 21%. Moving to the pre-market this morning, Chinese EV maker Li Auto is in the green after they posted an earnings and revenue beat and initiated some Q2 guidance. Their total vehicle deliveries in the quarter reached 52,584, which was an over 65% year-over-year increase. They reported earnings per ADS of 20 cents per share, beating expectations by 9 cents, and revenue of $2.74 billion grew 96% year-over-year, coming in $40 million ahead of expectations. Their stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 50%. And we've also heard from fast food chain Wendys coming in with an earnings and revenue beat and reaffirming their long-term outlook. They reported system-wide sales growth of 10%, led by a 21% jump in their international business. For their Q1, they reported earnings per share of 21 cents, beating expectations by just 1 cent per share, and revenue of $528 million grew 8% year-over-year and came in $6 million ahead of estimates. Their stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 9%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by Celsius Holdings after they reported record revenue in their quarter. Trading under the ticker CELH, the stock is up 10.6%. They're followed by Flywire Corporation under FLYW, up 10.5%, and Vishay under VSH, up 8.75%. And our biggest losers this morning are led by Twilio after the company shared a weaker than expected revenue forecast. Trading under the ticker TWLO, they're down 17.5%. They're followed by Airbnb under the ticker ABNB, and they're currently down 15%, and Coherent Corporation under COHR down over 13%. So that is going to be everything for Wednesday morning's stock market news. If you made it to the end of today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.